Forgive the shit mic and forgive the unscripted nature of this video. I just want to do this like really fast and earnestly. Also forgive the lack of vibrant visuals and everything because I'm playing on SpikeOut Battle Streak right now in order to like demonstrate things better with training mode, so I hope you forgive that. For those uninitiated, SpikeOut is a a 3D beat 'em up series. Predecessor to the Yakuza series. It was made by the same people as the Yakuza series. It was also made by the same people that made Virtua Fighter and lots of other classics. Spiker's Battle, if you don't know, is a 3D arena fighting beat 'em up hybrid of sorts. It is a spin-off of the SpikeOut games as the name implies, but of course it doesn't really have as much documentation as the other games since it didn't really do well. Most people don't even know that there are unlockable characters. Of course, much like the other SpikeOut games, there's a 4-button control scheme, and much like the other SpikeOut games, it plays basically the same with like one extra added feature, which we'll get into eventually. With all that out of the way, let's get into this basic tutorial of how to play SpikeOut and Spiker's Battle. Again, forgive the lack of vibrant visuals. This is a Battle Street for the Xbox, so you know. 4-button control scheme. You have Shift, which allows you to strafe and lock onto enemies like this. It also keeps the camera locked. You have your jump button. Tap it for a short hop, and press and hold it for a big jump. You have your beat button for your basic beat combos. Now, if the first 3 hits don't land, then you just start back again at the first 3 hits. But if the last third hit does land, you get a full 6-hit combo. It's fine for killing off fodder. Then finally, you have your charge button. As you can see on the bar on the top, there's 4 stages of charge. Tap, short hold, medium hold, and finally, long hold. These are usually called C1, C2, C3, and C4 respectively. Your C1 can chain into a C1 combo. Your third hit of the beat combo can also chain into this. This deals a slight bit more damage than your beat combo finisher, so you might use it on a few characters more often. Another thing to note is that you can cancel charge attack on your third attack, but not on your fourth, not on your first or second either, so only on the third hit. Congrats, you already know more than that Xbox Nostalgia account on Twitter. Let's get into more basic controls. When not locking onto an enemy, walk up to them to start grabbing them. Here you can do various actions. Pummel them, switch sides, throw them, etc. First you have your pummel, which is box standard, deals fine damage. You have your throws, which are better for crowd control. You have your side throw, then you have your back throw. And finally, one that I think more people should try to do is a jump throw. It deals the most damage, and it's also just really good for crowd control because it can reach farther than other grabs can usually. The most damaging grab combo is pummel, pummel, switch, and jump throw. You aren't invincible when switching grab sides in an enemy, but during attacks you are, so this is gonna be really handy for crowd control. Both in SpikeOut and in Spiker's Battle actually. Hell, even at worst, at least you put someone out of commission for a little bit. There are some actions locked behind button combinations. For example, jump plus speed leads into this homing attack. It knocks enemies directly down. You should know that the jump arc and direction and everything is only calculated at the start and not in the middle of the jump. However, this is really handy because you can actually chain it into charge attacks. Next up, by pressing charge and beat at the same time, you get the sweeping attack. It can be good for just knocking fodder down. In Spiker's battle, it's even better for like knocking weapons out of your enemies' hands because weapons are really dangerous there. Some may send the enemies flying or some may leave them mildly juggled upwards, and you can usually follow those up with some sort of follow-up like here. You can also pick up items by doing down plus sweep, and by pressing sweep again when holding an item, you can throw it. Final button combination is special. It's just a bog standard arcade game bomb, you know. Get enemies off of you. Of course, there's also a version for grabs, which might be better for crowd control or, in some cases, damage. Some characters can follow up their super throws up with some sort of combo. So let's look at some running and jumping attacks now. Pressing jump and charge at the same time, or jump and beat like one after the other really quickly leads to this jumping attack. For some characters it can lead into some combos, but for others it can't. For the running attacks, in order to start running, flick the stick twice in any direction you want to run into. So first off, you have your running kick, then you have your running attack. Finally, you have your split kick, which doesn't really change from character to character. You have to press and hold jump and then press either beat or charge. This might be good for a few combos, and if you've watched any SpikeOut Battle Street combo videos, you've probably seen this move. You can do this maneuver in neutral, or you can do it while running. Just be mindful that you have to press and hold the jump button down before you input beat or charge. One extra thing to note is that in Spiker's battle, you can press the special attack when you are juggled to use one of your super stocks for an escape. And with that, basically every main mechanic of SpikeOut and Spiker's battle should be covered. If you need any more tips or anything, I've left a really helpful blog down in the description of this video. And after this, I intend to make a video specifically about Spiker's battle because it's such a neat game and there's so little information about it. Thanks for watching.